You think dogs show love by wagging their tails wrong. What if I told you your dog might already be honoring you in quiet, sacred ways most owners never even notice? No medals, no speeches, just hidden rituals that prove something far deeper: your dog has chosen you. In today's video, you'll discover 7 shocking signs your dog secretly sees you as family, and the last one will completely change how you look at your pet. Welcome to Dog Facts and Fun, where we decode the silent language of love between you and your dog. But before you realize it, your dog may have already given you the highest honor of all, and it starts with one small gesture you probably missed. Honor number 1. When your dog shows the belly. The silent surrender of trust. Have you ever seen your dog roll over paws in the air, eyes half closed, waiting? Most people laugh, thinking it's just a cute request for a belly rub. But what if I told you that moment is one of the deepest declarations of trust a dog can ever give? In the wild, the belly is life's most fragile place. No armor, no defense. No wolf exposes it unless they believe beyond fear that the one standing above them will protect, not harm. So when your dog flops down like that before you, they're whispering in their own language, "I am safe here." Think about it. How often do you truly let your guard down? We humans walk through life armored by habits, routines, and worries. But your dog, they let go completely in your presence. That's not obedience. That's surrender. And surrender never comes from fear. It only blooms from trust earned over time through patience, tone, and the quiet rhythm of daily kindness. Scientists at the University of Vienna once described this behavior as a marker of secure attachment, the same kind of emotional bond seen between a child and a parent. They trust completely. Isn't that beautiful? A simple roll, a soft sigh, and yet it carries the weight of a lifelong promise. Next time you see that belly, don't rush for the rub. Pause. Notice the stillness. Feel that invisible thread stretching between you, the one that says, "I'd give you my softest part because you've never heard it." That's not just affection. That's reverence. And here's the twist most people miss. Not every belly roll means love. Some are fear, others submission. The true one feels different: loose muscles, soft eyes, slow breathing. It's not about showing weakness, it's about showing faith. So tonight, when your dog rolls over beside you, remember, that's not playtime. That's a vow. And if that kind of trust can live inside one small heartbeat on 4 legs, wait until you see how they protect you when you sleep. Honor number 2. The night guard. When your dog sleeps with its back against you. Picture this. It's late. The house is quiet. You climb into bed, the lights fade, and there's that soft thump. Your dog jumps up beside you. They circle once, twice, maybe sigh, then settle down. But instead of curling into your arms, they turn their back to you, facing the door. Have you ever wondered why? It feels a little distant, doesn't it? Like they're choosing space over closeness. But what if that distance is their most loyal gesture of all in the old world? Long before leashes and living rooms, dogs were guardians. War dogs in ancient Rome slept back to back with soldiers, not for warmth, but for survival. One watched while the other rested. It was a wordless contract. If danger comes, I'll face it first. That instinct didn't disappear with time. It only softened into love. When your dog presses their spine against yours, they're not pulling away. They're building a shield. They're saying, "You can rest now. I've got the door." It's poetic, isn't it? 2 heartbeats face in opposite directions, protecting each other's blind spot. You, the dreamer. Them, the sentinel. It's a formation born from trust so old it's etched into their DNA. And here's something most people never notice. Dogs don't guard everyone. Even in a big family, they choose the person they feel most responsible for. If that's you, it means your dog has silently promoted you to pack leader of the heart. Sometimes when they sigh before settling in, it's not exhaustion. It's a signal, a quiet readiness, a soft soldier's breath before a watchful night. And you're already asleep, never realizing someone's keeping vigil just 3 inches away. So, the next time you feel that warm weight against your back, don't shift away. Know that you've been chosen to be protected. That's not distance, that's devotion. And here's what makes it even more fascinating sometimes, that loyalty runs deeper than instinct, deeper than duty. It can turn into something heartbreakingly human sacrifice. And in the next honor, you'll see what happens when a dog uses its greatest strength. To be gentle. Snooter 3. Love Nibbles. When teeth become a promise. Not a threat, have you ever felt your dog take your hand gently between their teeth? No pressure, no bite, just the softest touch. It's strange, isn't it? For a second, your instinct tenses up. Teeth mean danger. Yet in that moment, there's no fear, only tenderness. What if I told you that's not random play, but one of the most intimate gestures your dog could ever give? From the moment they're born, dogs learn life through their mouths. Pups bite, chew, and test boundaries. They wrestle with their litter mates and learn an ancient rule: bite too hard, and the game ends. Through that, they master what scientists call bite inhibition, the ability to control power with precision. It's the first lesson in empathy, written in muscle and nerve. So when an adult dog gently mouths your hand, they're not just playing. They're showing restraint, the kind born from complete trust. It's their way of saying, I know my strength, and I choose not to use it with you. Think about that for a moment. How often do humans do the same? To hold back power, to be soft, even when you could be strong. That's love in its purest form. Your dog doesn't offer that to strangers, not even to other animals. It's reserved for you, the one who's earned both their affection and their respect. And there's something beautifully symbolic about it. The same mouth that could wound is now the instrument of gentleness. It's like a soldier laying down their weapon, or a lion letting its cub climb over its face. In that instant, all instinct yields to connection. Next time it happens, don't pull away. Feel it. That's not a test. It's a confession. It's your dog saying, I trust you with my wildness. And just when you think it couldn't get more personal, wait until you learn the next secret. Because the next gesture happens so close, it's almost a whisper. And it involves your ear. Honorima 4. The sacred kiss. When your dog licks your ears or nose. It happens so fast you almost laugh. Your dog pushes close, tongue flicking against your ear or brushing your nose. You wipe your face, maybe even scold them a little. Not realizing what just happened wasn't sloppy affection. It was ceremony. In the secret language of dogs, those licks aren't random. They're sacred. They belong to the ones who've earned a place no one else can reach. In a wolf pack, licking the face or ears isn't play. It's hierarchy and heart intertwined. The young lick the elders in respect. Mates do it to reaffirm a bond. It's a ritual older than memory, a silent exchange that says, we're family. So when your dog leans in to touch the most vulnerable part of you, your face, your senses, your breath, they're offering something wordless yet profound: proximity, born of trust. Here's what science adds to the poetry. Alexandra Horowitz, one of the world's leading canine researchers, found that dogs can detect chemical shifts in our sweat at parts per trillion. Every lick on your skin is a tiny reading of your mood, your stress, your sadness. They aren't just tasting you, they're listening. A lick near your ear might mean calmness, safety. A nudge toward your nose might mean focus or protection. They're reading your emotional weather like an old sailor reading the wind. It's strange, isn't it? How an act that looks messy is actually medicine. Maybe that's why they always seem to know when you're upset, because long before you speak, they've already read the storm in your scent. So the next time that warm tongue touches your face, pause before you pull away. Let it happen. That's not a kiss. That's a declaration. I trust you with my senses, my closeness, my breath. And just when you think that intimacy can't go any deeper, your dog does something even braver. They let you touch the one place nature told them to guard with their life. And that moment changes everything. Honor number 5. The paw of surrender. When your dog lets you hold their feet, have you ever tried to touch your dog's paw and felt them pull away quick as lightning, as if you'd reached for something sacred? Most owners think it's just sensitivity or stubbornness. But the truth runs far deeper. You were reaching for the one part of their body evolution taught them to protect with their life. In the wild, paws are survival. They're the compass, the weapon, the only way to run, dig, and fight. To a dog, a paw isn't just a limb, it's identity. Every nerve inside it hums with memory and instinct. And yet one day your dog simply rests that paw in your palm. No tension, no fear, just stillness. Have you ever wondered what that means? It's the quietest way a dog says, I trust you more than I trust my instincts. That moment is a bridge between two species, a handshake that evolution never planned but love insisted on building. Scientists call it tactile bonding, but in truth it's something more human than scientific. When you hold their paw gently, you're not just touching fur and skin. You're touching thousands of years of survival programming, and your dog is letting it all go just for you. Look closely the next time it happens. The way their eyes soften, the tiny exhale, the slow release of muscle. That's not obedience. That's surrender, the kind of surrender we only give when we know the other will never hurt us. Maybe that's why some people say dogs don't have words, but they speak with their bodies. Because that paw in your hand, that's their signature on a silent contract of love. And yet, as beautiful as that surrender is, there's a version of devotion that goes even further. It's when your dog doesn't offer their paw or their belly, but their time, their presence, their entire being, and refuses to leave your side when you're hurting. That's not instinct anymore. That's empathy. And what happens in that moment will move you more than any word ever could. Honor number 6, the guardian heart, when your dog refuses to leave you in pain. You know that feeling when everything goes quiet, when the room feels heavier, the air thick with sadness, and somehow before anyone else notices, your dog is already there. No commands, no treats, just a silent presence pressed against your knee eyes, soft breathing in rhythm with yours. Have you ever wondered how they always know it's not magic? It's empathy coded into muscle and scent, sharpened through centuries of watching human faces. Scientists once ran an experiment where dogs could hear their owners crying behind a closed door. The only way to reach them was to push it open. Heart rates spiked. Many panicked. And yet they pushed through. Not to escape, but to comfort. That's what love looks like when it can't use words. When you're sick, they won't leave the bedside. When you grieve, they sit at your feet, quiet, refusing to be distracted. Their fur becomes a kind of therapy blanket, their gaze a mirror that says, I see your pain, and I'm not going anywhere. And the truth is, no one taught them this. They learned it from watching you. Every sigh, every tear, every heartbeat out of sync. They remember it all. There's a story from the Philippines about a dog named Kabang who threw herself in front of a speeding motorcycle to save two children. She lost half her face, but lived, and for years after, guarded the same street, same family, as if protecting them was written in her soul. Not every act of loyalty makes the news, but in living rooms across the world, there are countless quiet versions of Kabang lying beside someone's hospital bed, resting a chin on a trembling hand, waiting for the storm to pass. So the next time you cry and feel a wet nose nudge your arm, don't brush it away. That's not sympathy. That's devotion. That's your dog's heart saying, if you hurt, I'll stand guard here until you heal. But devotion doesn't always arrive as silence or sacrifice. Sometimes it walks toward you carrying something small, a gift, a token of love, a piece of their world placed right at your feet. And the reason behind that final honor might just change the way you see every toy, slipper, or sock they've ever brought you. Honor to Fueven, the gift ritual. When your dog brings you its most prized possession. It usually happens when you least expect it. You're sitting on the couch, lost in thought, and suddenly your dog appears, tail wagging, eyes bright, carrying something in their mouth. Maybe it's an old tennis ball, a favorite toy, a sock you've been searching for all week. They drop it at your feet, waiting. To you, it might look like play, but to them, it's ceremony. Have you ever wondered why they do it, why they bring you their treasure, instead of keeping it safe? In a dog's world, possessions are survival. In the wild, every bone, every scrap, every piece of food was earned. Shared resources were rare and precious. Offering them to another meant trust so complete it broke instinct. So when your dog brings you their favorite toy, the one they guard from other dogs, they're not asking for fetch. They're saying, what's mine is yours. It's the canine version of saying, I choose you as my pack. There's something achingly human about that gesture. The toy might be chewed, soggy, ruined, but that doesn't matter because they've chosen to share what they love most, even if it's broken. Isn't that what love is? Giving away something that carries your scent, your comfort, your history, and hoping it brings the other joy? Sometimes the gift isn't even a toy. It might be your slipper, a branch, a leaf, something random they found on a walk. But if you look closer, each item holds a pattern, your scent, your touch, something that connects you both. They're not collecting objects, they're collecting memories, and then offering them back to you. So next time your dog drops something at your feet, don't laugh it off. Kneel down. Look them in the eye. Because that tiny, chewed-up object is their love letter written in teeth marks and trust. It's their way of saying, you matter more to me than my instinct to keep what's mine. And when you add it all up, the belly, the watchful nights, the soft bites, the paw in your hand, the gifts at your feet, you'll realize something profound. Dogs may never speak our language, but through every silent ritual, they've been saying one thing all along: you are their chosen human. And that, perhaps, is the greatest honor of all. When you piece it all together, the quiet belly-up surrender, the watchful nights, the gentle bites, the sacred licks, the trusting paw, the silent guarding the gifts laid at your feet, you start to see it clearly, don't you? Dogs don't love the way we do. They don't say it. They don't promise it. They live it. Every tiny gesture is a chapter in the same unspoken story. You are my person, my home, my forever. It's easy to forget how rare that is in a world that moves too fast, where loyalty fades, and love is measured in words instead of actions. But your dog, They don't need words. They've been showing you devotion in 1,000 invisible ways every single day. And maybe, just maybe, that's why we don't deserve them. But somehow, they keep choosing us anyway. So tonight, when your dog curls up beside you, paw twitching, breath slow, dreaming, take a second and really see them. Remember, this creature who asks for nothing has already given you everything. Their trust, their patience, their heart. Here at Dog Facts and Fun, we believe every tail wag, every sigh, every quiet glance tells a story worth hearing. And if you felt something in this video, if you saw your dog a little differently tonight, then stay with us. Because there's so much more to uncover about how dogs love, think, and heal us in ways science is only beginning to understand. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and join a community that doesn't just own dogs, but truly understands them. Because the greatest story you'll ever live might be lying right there asleep at your feet.